The Chicago Bears' official schedule for the 2025 NFL season is finally out, and you know what that means. It's time for our annual tradition. Every year we do this little ritual. It's not scientific, it's not always logical, but man, it's fun. We go game by game through the schedule. We throw in some gut feelings, some educated guesses, maybe a little hope, and by the end of it, we've got a full season mapped out. 17 games, 17 predictions. Will the Bears make the playoffs? Will they finally have a winning record again? Let's dive in and see where this year could take them. Right out of the gate, the Bears open the season at home under the bright lights of Monday Night Football, facing none other than the Minnesota Vikings. What way to kick things off? This one feels like a statement opportunity. You're at home, prime time, the energy in Soldier Field will be electric, and you're going up against a young quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, who still hasn't seen real NFL action. There's going to be emotion in the air, sure, but that might work in the Bears' favor. Early in the season, defenses tend to have the edge, and with the Bears' improving unit, this could be a grind-it-out type of game. I like the Bears to start strong here and get to 1-0. Week 2, they hit the road and head to Detroit to take on the Lions. Now look, this isn't just any game. It's Ben Johnson returning to Ford Field. That's going to be personal for him. He'll want to make a statement. It's a short week, yes, but if there's a time to catch Detroit slipping, this might be it. They've got a brand new offensive coordinator, new defensive staff. They lost a bunch of position coaches. Early season rust could definitely be a factor for them. I know most folks will see this as a Lions win on paper, but divisional games are weird. Give me the upset. I think the Bears shock people and move to 2-0. Week 3, Chicago is back home, and they welcome the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is where things get tricky. You're coming off 2 emotional, physical divisional matchups. You've had a short week, then a road game, then you come back and face a team like Dallas. Dak Prescott, when healthy, wins games. The Cowboys are consistent in the regular season, and while no one's quite sure what Brian Schottenheimer's offense will look like, this feels like a natural letdown spot for Chicago. The Bears should be competitive, no doubt. But timing is everything in the NFL, and I think Dallas edges this one. The Bears fall to 2-1. Week 4, they go on the road to face the Raiders. This is one of those games where you look at the rosters and say, okay, there's a clear talent gap. Vegas isn't the same disaster they were a few years ago, but they're still not quite there. Geno Smith is serviceable, Pete Carroll brings some experience, but the Bears have the better roster, plain and simple. I expect a strong bounce-back performance here. They'll clean up the mistakes from the Cowboys game and take care of business. Bears go to 3-1 heading into the early bye in Week 5. Coming out of the bye, Week 6 has them on the road against Washington on Monday Night Football. And here's where things get really interesting. The Bears have the advantage of rest and prep. They'll be coming off 15 days of downtime, while Washington will have just played a brutal game against the Chargers and flown back across the country. That's a big edge in favor of Chicago. Plus, this team should be hungry for revenge after how things ended last year. That Hail Mary disaster still lingers. This is a revenge game, a payback moment. I think the Bears go into Washington, play a focused, physical game, and come out with a win. That puts them at 4-1, and now we're cooking. Week 7 brings the New Orleans Saints to Soldier Field, and I'll say it. This might be the easiest game on the entire schedule. That quarterback room is a mystery. Jake Haener hasn't shown much. Tyler Shaw and Spencer Rattler are unproven, and unless one of them shocks the league, the Saints are going to struggle. The Bears need to treat this game like a business trip. Lock in, handle it, no slip-ups. You don't play around with games like this. If you want to be a playoff team, you win at home against weaker competition. I think Chicago handles their business and moves to 5-1. So now you're 5-1 and feeling pretty good, but things take a sharp turn in Week 8 as the Bears travel to Baltimore. This might be the most difficult game on the schedule. That Ravens team is stacked. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, a strong defense, veteran coaching. This is a true contender. You'd love to think the Bears could go in there and shock the world. And hey, anything's possible in the NFL. But realistically, this is a tough one. On the road, against a complete physical team, I got to go with the Ravens here. That puts the Bears at 5-2. Week 9, it doesn't get much easier. They stay on the road and head to Cincinnati to face Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Now this one, I see as more of a coin flip. The Bengals have questions, especially on defense. They've lost some key pieces, and it's unclear whether Trey Hendrickson will even be on the team. If he's gone, that pass rush is going to suffer. This could turn into a shootout, Caleb Williams versus Joe Burrow, fireworks everywhere. I'll say the Bears find a way. They grind it out, they make enough plays late, and they steal a win. That's 6-2 through 9 weeks. Not bad at all. Week 10, back at home against the New York Giants. This is one of those games you just circle with a red pen. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Nothing is in the NFL, but you look at this matchup and say, we have to win this one. The Giants have talent, sure. That defensive line is no joke. But with the upgrades the Bears have made on the offensive line, bringing in Tony, Jackson, Dolman, I think they can hold up. This game might not be pretty, but I see the Bears taking care of business and moving to 7-2. Now, Week 11, they head back to Minnesota for the second round against the Vikings. And if I gave Chicago the first one, I'm going to split it here. By this point, J.J. McCarthy might be more settled in. He'll have some start under his belt, the crowd will be loud, and Minnesota could be fighting for their playoff lives. It's tough to sweep division rivals, especially on the road. I'll give this one to the Vikings. The Bears drop to 7-3. Week 12, Pittsburgh comes to Soldier Field. Now, there's a lot of buzz around this one. Maybe it's Aaron Rodgers wearing black and gold. Maybe not. But either way, it's a big matchup. The Steelers are always scrappy, always tough. Mike Tomlin will have his guys ready. But when I look at the rosters, I just think the Bears are more talented, especially on offense. It'll be a fight, no doubt, but I see Chicago getting the win here and improving to 8-3. Then comes the dreaded Black Friday game at Philadelphia. It's a short week, coming off 2 physical games against Minnesota and Pittsburgh, and you're facing the defending NFC champions. This is a brutal spot. Philly is stacked on both sides of the ball, and even with the departure of Kellen Moore, they're still among the NFL's elite. Playing them on a short week, on the road, in that environment, I just don't see it happening. Bears fall to 8-4, but it doesn't get any easier. Week 14, they go back to Green Bay to face the Packers at Lambeau. Caleb Williams is 1-0 there already. Can he go 2-0? I think he can. These teams are evenly matched in a lot of ways, and while Jordan Love has shown flashes, I still have a lot of questions. The Bears are more talented on paper, and I think they go into Lambeau and get the win. That pushes them to 9-4. Week 15, the Cleveland Browns come to Chicago. This is one of those games where you just have to handle business. No excuses. You're at home. The Browns might be on their 3rd or 4th quarterback. The weather will be nasty, and you've got playoff positioning to worry about. Win this game, and I think they do. Bears hit 10 wins, 10-4. But short weeks are never easy, and Week 16 brings the Packers again. This time it's Soldier Field on a Saturday. It's hard to beat a good team twice in such a short span, and that quick turnaround tends to favor the team that lost the first one. I'll say the Packers get their revenge here. The Bears drop to 10-5. Week 17, the Bears are in the national spotlight once again, this time on Sunday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. This one's going to be a war. The Niners may not be quite the Super Bowl juggernaut they were 2 seasons ago, but they're still absolutely stacked, still well-coached, and still dangerous. That roster has playmakers at every level, and playing in San Francisco late in the season is never a walk in the park. The Bears will have an extra day to prepare thanks to the Saturday game the week before, which helps a little, but this is still one of the toughest road trips in football. Unless something major changes in the Niners' trajectory, I think the Bears come up short here. Not by a lot. They'll fight, but San Francisco has just a little more experience and firepower. That puts Chicago at 10 wins and 6 losses heading into the final week of the regular season. And that final game? Oh, it's a big one. Week 18, Soldier Field, hosting the Detroit Lions. This game could very well decide the division. Maybe even the difference between playing in Wild Card Weekend or hosting a playoff game. The Lions have been a rising force in the NFC, but here's the thing. The Bears have always played them tough. Even when Chicago's roster was a mess, even when the coaching was questionable at best, these games were competitive. You add in the late-season Chicago weather, maybe some snow, definitely some wind, and things start tilting in the Bears' favor. Jared Goff has historically struggled in cold outdoor games. Sure, he's had a few decent outings recently that broke the trend, but overall, it's not his comfort zone. Meanwhile, this Bears team looks built for that kind of football. Physical, balanced, tough on both lines. If this game turns into a grinder, I trust Chicago to come out on top. So what does that leave us with? An 11-6 record. Optimistic? Maybe, but not unrealistic. This schedule is tough. No doubt about it. But so many of these games are winnable if the Bears just make the leap they're supposed to. If Caleb Williams becomes the quarterback they believe he is. If this new coaching staff avoids the late-game meltdowns and poor adjustments that plagued the last regime. If the defense stays healthy and continues to develop into a top 10 unit. That's the difference in all those tight games, the coin flip matchups. Those are the games that have swung against the Bears for far too long. So there it is. That's the full ride through the 2025 schedule. We went week by week, made the tough calls, and painted a picture of what this season could look like if the Bears play up to their potential. 11-6. Playoffs bound. Let's see how it plays out. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A recent rumor has been stirring controversy within the Chicago Bears organization, as whispers emerge suggesting that linebacker Tremaine Edmunds may have been involved in an altercation during a team practice. According to insiders, an incident allegedly occurred where Edmunds was accused of physically confronting a fellow teammate during a heated moment on the training field. While details remain scarce and no official statement has been released by the Bears or the NFL, the speculation alone has sparked a wave of concern among fans and analysts alike. Tremaine Edmunds, known for his tenacity and leadership on the field, has been a cornerstone of the Bears' defense since joining the team. His intensity and passion have often been highlighted as key assets, but the rumors of off-the-field or even on-the-field aggression threaten to overshadow his contributions. Sources close to the team suggest that tensions were running high during the recent practice session, as the Bears are currently in a critical phase of their preseason preparation, fighting for starting spots and team cohesion. In professional sports, especially in the NFL, physicality is part of the game, but there is a clear line between aggressive play and personal conflict. If these rumors prove true, it could lead to serious consequences for Edmunds, including disciplinary actions from the Bears or even the league. It would also raise questions about the team's internal atmosphere and the management's ability to maintain harmony within the locker room. So far, neither Edmunds nor the Bears coaching staff have publicly addressed the claims. The organization is likely investigating the situation discreetly, aiming to verify facts before taking any official steps. Teammates, when asked, have remained tight-lipped, which is common in such scenarios where loyalty and team unity often prevent open discussions about internal disputes. The media frenzy around this alleged incident highlights how quickly rumors can spread and impact a player's reputation. Edmunds has built a reputation as a hard-working and reliable player, and many believe this episode, if real, could be an isolated moment fueled by frustration rather than a pattern of behavior. For now, the Chicago Bears and their fans await clarity. The organization will need to handle this delicate situation carefully, balancing transparency with the privacy of its players. Edmunds' future with the Bears might hinge on how this rumor unfolds and whether the team sees it as a one-time mistake or a sign of deeper issues. As the NFL season approaches, all eyes will be on the Bears, not just for their performance on the field, but also for how they manage this developing story off it. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.